Hello and a very good evening. We are PJJ student from UPM. Today we are going to make a video for subject Lex 2063, which is Tech Talk. As for today, we are going to discuss about our final discussion that we have selected the must-have gadget in our daily life. So before we start our discussion, we would like to introduce myself. My name is Naufal Mohamad Ali. My matrix number is J46168.
Okay, my name is Mohd Nazrul with NS. My matric number J46160.
My name is Siva Murugam and matrix number is J46217.
Okay. As we can see, from our previous discussion video, we have discussed about 4 types of gadget, which is number 1 is smartphone, number 2 is smartwatch, number 3 is laptop, number 4 is drone. So today we are going to make the best selected gadget in our daily life. So my first gadget will be about the smartphone. As for today, we can see that most of the people have about 84% of population of the world have has their own smartphone. So there are advantages of smartphone that we can acquire if we own it. First is easy to communicate. Second is social media. Third is camera. Fourth is promoting our business, and last one is accessing the internet. Okay, we can see that from smartphone we can access through all internet, includes our social media. We also are easy to communicate with other people just with our fingertip using the technology. And a camera of the smartphone is quite good enough, which is 12 megapixel if we have the high-end smartphone. Okay, I can pass to Mr. Nazrul or Nanthini about the next gadget.
Okay, and next gadget, I will discuss about what is smartwatch. Okay, what is the advantage of smartwatch? Smartwatch is the smartphone like device on the wrist. Okay, the top features on the smartwatch that we have discussed before is for alert and notification, time-related features, health and wellness features, call and messaging. I know that now everyone, especially young generation, wear the watch, especially smartwatch, because by using the smartwatch they can track their daily routine, especially their step, their health, and speedometers, heart rate monitors, and others indicators. I think that smartwatch is very useful for the young generation, although to the older generation. I think, Siva, you want to add some?
Yes, I would like to talk about laptop. As we discussed before, a laptop is a small portable personal computer with a screen and alphanumeric keyboard. This typically have a clamshell for a factor with the screen mounted on the inside of the upper lid and the keyboard on inside of the lower lid. Although 2-in-1 PCs with a detachable keyboard are often marketed as laptops having a laptop mode. Laptops are folded shut for the transportations and thus are suitable for mobile use. Today, we can see laptops are used in a variety of settings such as at work, education, for playing games, web browsing, for personal multimedia, and general home computer use. That's all.
Okay, our next gadget is about the drone. So we can see that from our we have discussed before, there are various uses of drones, such as first is support law enforcement, which they can detect using a thermal function to trace any tactical surveillance. Second is contribute to infrastructure maintenance, which drone can mapping in 3D map, for example, like 3D map for building. Next is using drone we can use for photography, like we can see that people entertainment nowadays use drone, replacing the helicopter by using the camera drone view, drone camera. Next one is agriculture management, which drone can be used in agriculture. We can see that people use a drone as a spray for fertilizer or insecticide. Okay, I think from those 4 devices, we must select one. So I personally choose for smartphone, which is it is an important gadget that we must have nowadays, because people nowadays use smartphone in many type of ways. So, for example, like we have discussed just now, uh, to communicate with others. So camera also can be used, which is the smartphone have a high resolution camera, in which some people use camera in order to make a film or short film in their daily life. So, anyone to add about the
Yes. Okay. Sorry for interrupt, Naufal.
yeah.
Yes, I agree with your point. I agree that smartphone is the best among the best gadget we have chosen, because I think smartphone have many advantage than other gadget, because there's a bit disadvantage other than other gadget. So the advantage that I think the best on the smartphone is it easy to bring anywhere and easy for communication. So nowadays people, almost all the people around the world use the smartphone for their daily life routine, especially to connect with other relative by using the phone. And they do not need to go to somewhere to see their relative. So they just use their smartphone and they can make call to their relative. I think you want to add some for Siva Nanthini?
Yes, I agree with your statement that one must have gadget is a smartphone. This is because smartphones can be especially important during emergencies. People worldwide carry smartphones. Many carry them in case an emergency situation arises, from a flat tire to natural disaster. Some smartphone companies now include panic buttons and GPS tracking devices in phones, making it easier for people to be reached and to reach responders with just a press of a button. According to New York Times, the government in 2008 began work to develop an emergency alert system that could send text messages to smartphones in case of national emergency. Cell phone offers security and peace of mind to many, including the elderly and very young, when they are away from a landline. Smartphone users also are able to instantly inform law enforcement if they see an emergency or crime being committed. Yeah, that's all from me.
Yes, Siva, I agree with your point with your point with for emergency. So nowadays people use the phone for emergency, because when someone just have an accident, we just need to use our phone to call the emergency line, such as for the ambulance, for the police, and others. So I think that's the most important uses of the smartphone. So Naufal?
If excuse me, if you compare in term of price, I think smartphone is more affordable than the other devices that we have discussed. For example, like we have a price range for smartphone, which is around 1,000 until 4,000 or 5,000, which is smartwatch is quite expensive if we compare with smartphone. Same goes to laptop, and same goes to the drone. So I think the smartphone is more affordable, and people can afford the device. In terms of function, I think if you compare smartwatch and smartphone, for example, smartwatch is just an extension of the smartphone. We can see that a smartwatch, we can only see the small notification, but it hard when we want to reply the messages, or we want to make uh, accessing the internet through the smartwatch. So I think smartphone have all built function in the device, which is we can access internet, replacing the laptop. Laptop is quite bigger in terms of size of the if you compare with smartphone. Whereas drones, we can only have for the view and the mapping function if you compare with smartphone. Is there anyone else want to add something?
Yes, I would like to add about the advantages of smartphones. A smartphone can help to increase one's productivity. Smartphones help organizations stay on top of business 24/7. Smartphones allow businessmen and women to conduct business on the road, in the air, and anywhere else that has a cell signal at any time of the day. That's all from me. Anyone has to add?
Uh, uh, for the last in term of decision, I would like to choose a smartphone as a must-have gadget. What about you, Nazrul?
I think smartwatch. I choose the smartphone as the best gadget.
Nanthini?
Yes, I also choose a smartphone. I also choose the smartphone. So can we go to the conclusion?
Yes, Nanthini,
Yes.
please.
In conclusion, smartphones have radically changed people's life. We believe that smartphones have now become a necessary part of our everyday life. Instant communication will ensure that information can be passed on with a simple press of a button. Whether this is to do with a business or personal information or emergencies, it goes to show that they are necessary in our life. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.